Hello everyone and welcome back to Blenderpedia with today a new tutorial about how to create an environment scene. As you can see, this is what I created. I'm going to explain something about how I created these mountains with the texture, what I put on with texture paint, what I did in internal engine. I used the texture paint tool. How I created the trees, some rocks, and the water reflections with some transparency in it. If I switch to the scene, it looks like this, and when I turn on the modifiers, I turn them off because now I can move really quick. But sometimes you want to know how things looks like, and then it looks like this. I'm not a big fan of how I created the grass right here, but for now, till strand rendering still not in Blender. There is a patch, but it's not there yet. I'm still using the modeling tool for making some grass models and duplicate it a million times and put it right here. And it looks like this, and it is acceptable, but it's not perfect. So keep that in mind. The trees was using some transparent layers from a pine tree and put it on the hill. But I will explain how I did that later. Where to start if you have a scene like this? First of all, turn off these modifiers because, well, it's not how you start, but I have to do that. I created a hill or a mountain, and then I started texture painting. And when I switch to this layer, that's where I'm going to work. You see some lights, and I put them there so I can work in the GLSL mode, and we don't have black areas. To get a mountain, you have to activate the End Landscape option add-on. If we have it here, you type in and you see End Landscape. Enable it, and it will be there when you go to Mesh Landscape. There it is. But sometimes you want to tweak it. You're not happy for what you see. I think, this is what it is when I typed in all the things I wanted. But normally it looks like this when you, or it looks, it looks different than the thing I had right now. So you have to look what you want, and here are a lot of handles, and I can explain what I do, but it's more about you have to start by the shape you like, and for me it was the marble one because that's some nice looking hills. What I thought, I can something do with this. Changing the height. Just when I press 2, it looks like this. Pretty, looks like some American hill. Don't want that, so bring that to 1. Distortion is something what has a lot of influence in your to there. What I think is pretty good, but I used 1, so we can use something between it, but this looks good. Noise is, it makes it a bit bigger, smaller, brighter. Using 0.8 looks pretty good. Subdivisions, I think by normal it's around 70 or 50, don't know, but a more subdivision use how higher detailed your landscape is, and 1 to 10 worked for me. This is 8, I think by default it's 1, or it looks like, oh, that's why. Oh shit, I already pumped it up. So you can see, tweak your settings till it looks good, and I can spend a whole day on making landscapes, but the fun thing is to create something you think, oh, I created this piece of landscape and it looks good. So that's it. I'm using this one, and if I go to the edit mode, my settings are gone, and this is can't turn them back. This is just it. We have to do it with this shape. I want to make it a bit bigger, pressing S and 3, so it looks like this. I'm happy with it. So as I mentioned before, we're working in the internal Blender render. Reason is that I know how that works. I tried it in the cycles. It's a bit different. I couldn't find the right options, so I turned back to Blender render, and that's totally not a big problem. You can make fantastic work with that, and combining these two is pretty good. It's not really big deal. So our next step is UV unwrap this shape by U unwrap. So we have that. If we wait, it's now unwrapping, and then this preference is popping up every time. Don't know why. And if we go to the UV image editor, we have our UV unwrap, and we want to make a texture, of course. And by doing that, we go to image, new image. And on this point, this is you can use these ones, but then you have a very low resolution texture file. Today my video card crashed, so normally I should use 5000 by 5000 pixels, so we have some very high detailed landscape. But for now, I'm using 3000. What looks okay, but if you have a strong video card, you should use some bigger one, because mine is lagging. I will pause my tutorial when I'm painting my texture, because it's a big pain with this video card. I think it's not even a GTX, it's a GT200. It's not good. As I said, it's a backup video card, and normally I work with a GTX 560. What works pretty good with 2 GB of RAM. Anyway, I'm never rendering with the GPU, I'm rendering with the CPU. So yeah, that you know that. So when we go to the object material, we turn off the intensity and we go to the material textures. Yeah, texture, material textures, right. A new one. Yeah, for this one we're selecting. Oh, I forgot something. Make that UV image, new 3000 by 3000. Sorry, I forgot something. Okay, sorry. I have to do things a bit quick, and then forgot to save my texture. What is important for this one? Image, save as image, tutorial landscape. As you can see, I tried it once before. And then if we go to the image, and there it is, and we are using tutorial landscape. It should be black, yeah, and turn that to UV. If you don't do that, you get some really nice weird effects in your texture. And then we switch to the paint tool. Then our snow is enabled, and we're not starting with snow. I've got some pretty nice textures. They're all from CD Textures. Sorry for this time, I don't have original textures that I create by myself. Didn't really have the time for it, for creating rock material. It's not really in my backyard. So this one looks pretty good. So we're starting with this one. Go back to this view, and I don't know what happened with this video card. Maybe it looks good, maybe it looks totally not well, or does it get really slow? That's what I mean. So texture, paint, well, that's okay. It's not good, but it's okay. It's I can live with it. So the thing in this one is, by texture paint, if you've never done it before, when you zoom in and you get really detailed textures, but when you zoom out, your textures are bigger. So yeah, on this part, it's all up to you what you want, and I can recommend for the grass. Why can't I zoom in? This is fun. No, it's not fun. Oh yeah, now I can zoom in. For the grass, use some good looking high resolution texture, not this one. When you work in this area where the camera is, use very high detail textures. When you work here, it really doesn't matter. So I can use this for here. And I think we're not gonna see this part, so yeah, put something on. Maybe it's not really necessary to texture that area, but damn, to wait so much, so long. Oh my god. All right, there we are, and we have to wait again for. Oh yeah, can zoom in. So here is the hill. So I'm texturing it from this angle. We get some really realistic textures. Really realistic textures. not really, but it's good. What I will do, I will pause this tutorial for now, finishing this painting, because I think everybody is be able to do this. It's not really, you can see what happened when I'm texturing like this, it screws up over there when I go to here. So try to focus and spend some time on really nice material, texture material. I finished this from this texture, and when I'm using another texture I will be back, and then I won't pause it anymore. But for this one, because I'm putting it everywhere on this landscape, it's a little bit boring, so I'm back in a minute. So here I'm back again. As you can see, I finished my texture work. Not really. There's some space left that I didn't like. First thing we need to do is making a composition. So going back to object mode, selecting this camera, making that an active camera, because I'm working with 2 cameras, and it's flying in the air. What is not really the thing we want. So a nice composition or perspective, it's all up to you what you really want. So I can see these hills are a bit bigger than my original scene. But I think a bit like this looks pretty nice, and we should put that upwards a bit, so we're working in the grid. So yeah, looks okay. And we go to texture mode, we see nothing. I hope texture pane, please don't be, what happened? Oh, there you go. Sometimes I'm a bit confused. So this is what we have, but we want more textures. So only thing we need to do is go to this material settings and adding a new one. I'm a big fan of cliff. Cliff is great. So where are the peaks? Oh, it's there. So this time I'm not zooming in and texturing, but I'm zooming out. And the reason is that we get some really nice, more detailed material. Don't really have explanation for it. I'm not using this tool very much, but when I'm using, we still need a bit of green, so try to avoid making everything cliff. I think I'm using 4 different textures, and you can even use 10 if you want to create some nice pad in the hills. You can do that, of course you can do that. So I really like this this way of working. It's not really complicated. It's like painting, like you're being Bob Ross. Like, I'm putting this on. It looks so amazing. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Only I don't have oil paint. So, what is our result? Bit here. What do we have? So it looks like this. It's almost good. Still thinking that some areas need some more details, especially this one. So there's still a lot of green, but it's okay. So this is the cliff, and we need some more textures, of course. And I have a very nice one. I think this one works out, but I have to see what happened when we turn it on. Yeah, I can live with it. Removing it and put it on. So we still have some cliff, but this gray stuff need to be everywhere. So when I go to this, yeah, it looks okay. The fun thing is there's not really really a thing like it should be like this. You can do everything you want. Like, this is your scene, and you can do whatever you want. Exactly. So one more there, then I think it's great. Yeah. So we have this mountain. And we want some snow on it, and adding snow. I have a snow material also found on CG Textures. Great website. I didn't have any life. So you can see I make it a bit smaller so we can see green, a bit of cliff, rocks, and the snow. and it's really easy. Spending more time on it and you get better results or a higher detailed texture map. Yeah, well, even put a bit in, mix it like this, and one over there, and one over there. Should look okay, right? Yeah. So we have snow on the hills, maybe a bit here. Oh, I want. No, it's okay. So this is how I created it. Sorry. And of course, there are different ways to put textures on your object, but this texture paint tool is working amazing for environments, so I was very happy with it. This is for now for texture painting. We have to save for texture, of course, don't forget it. If you don't do it and you're opening your blend file again, it will be gone, so really important. Save as an image. Tutorial landscape is great. And fun thing is, we're not going to use this anymore. I'm switching to my other landscape because I have some normal maps and specularity maps for it. Reason I'm not going to make them because I don't have the right program to create that. I did it with Crazy Bump, but that is not a free and open software, so I think it's not really cool to do that. What you can do if you want normal maps or specularity maps or displacements, go to YouTube and Google it and try to find it out. It's really easy. It's not really hardcore work. So yeah, you should do that and find some nice ways to do it. You can do it in GIMP, in Photoshop. Crazy Bump is the most easiest tool. It's just you put in your texture and you say, I want this one, and it's auto-generating it by itself. Really cool program, but it's not for free. And what we want is free software. I can recommend GIMP, but yeah, try to find it out anyway. Right. I'm switching to my main scene. So this is what I had. If I go to the texture mode, it will still be gray, or I already put something on. Right, is that right? Why is it still looking so fake? All right, there's some specularity on. New. All right, you have to toggle to Cycles render engine, of course. Even I make a lot of mistakes. This lamp, I'll explain that later. Now I'm putting that in this one. So we have our sun lamp. I've given that a value of 0.01, or it gives sharp shadows. But we need to make this high detailed so we don't have sharp shadow cuts. But I will show you how that looks like later. Value of 2, what looks okay, but we want to put on the texture. What I have in my texture map is exactly the same what we created. This is what we created for the tutorial, and in my scene I created this one. It's exactly the same, only a bit different shape. So what I do is use nodes, and I'm switching to the node editor because we work in that one. Not this one, but the material one. So we need to add, I'm doing this so we can see what we're doing. What I want is my camera view and making that an active camera. So, and now I want this. And if I hit render, it should look like this, a snow scene, but that's what I already created. Another tutorial. Yeah, we should put on the texture. Image texture. There we go. Open it. So so this was mine. I'm not using that one. This was just for fun. So how to use the texture paint tool. I'm putting that in this one, and it should be there right now. So this is how it looks like. But we need to put more things in, like normal map and the specularity map. So I'm duplicating this one, and I'm starting with the normal map. Normal map is a new feature in 2.65. What it's doing is it's creating more depth in the scene, so we don't need to put a lot of sculpting, and so your scene gets really big. It's a really easy tool to fake details. Adding it, we have to look for it where it is, right? No, texture, no, color. I always have to look for it. Normal map. There you are. Think, what do I need to do? Color. In this one, I have to open my normal map. Again, getting this normal map is really easy, but you know what to do. Go to YouTube and type in how to make normal maps. And I'm selecting the UV coordinates, and when I'm putting it in, things should be different. You can see what happened. No. But yeah, things, maybe I need a bit more. I think making that 5 or 6. Just experiment a bit, render it again. Yeah, now you can see a bit of the difference. Oh yeah, and what I also did, if I removed the world, so adding new, yeah, it looks like this. And in my final scene, if I go to the node editor, no, I'm not gonna do that. You can see that there is a lot of blue background. The background is blue, so we need blue shadows. And by doing that, we go to the sky texture. This is a value of 1, but I think it's too much, so I'm switching to 0.6. But because the skyline is really blue, it looks, yeah, we should use this and not 0.2, what I'm also using sometimes. Yeah, go back to material. So by adding this normal map, you can see it here a little bit, but we have a low resolution texture map, so it's not really visible. So we have seen this, and if we put it in, it looks like this. And we can use this one or that one. Don't really, yeah, these things screw up, so go for that one. What looks okay. And you can change the strength, 0.5 maybe, but because we're not really seeing it, I'm using the value of 1. What looks pretty good. Another thing is the specularity map, so I'm duplicating this texture again, add shader, gloss, and putting that one there, kaboom. Don't forget to change the texture. Sometimes I just forget to do it. This is the displacement, but we need the specularity. This is a bit, I think, sometimes it's really hard to integrate it into the scene. First, we need a shader, mix shader. No adding, don't use add shader. Yeah, it's a little bit different, but you can see it when you go to this view. You can see the specularity. 0.5 is way too big. This looks like some metal, really weird. 0.1 is even too big, but oh, it looks maybe a bit. Yeah, but as I told you, you won't see a big difference in this scene. It's just really small details, but experiment with it. It's how your light is set up. Sometimes you're really seeing it, like what I showed. You can see here the specularity. If I turn that on 0, you can see that's totally nothing. But when I put it to 0.1, you can see things change. So there is definitely something going on, but you need to find the right stuff. Another part is we can see these shadows are looking really fake. Reason is that I'm using a really sharp shadow for creating nice shadows on the ground, but this is not really what we want. So first we need to enable subdivision surface. I'm using 3, doing it 3 times, and when I enable it, these things should be gone and be smooth, but I'm not sure. So, but it should be. I hope so, or else I quit this tutorial. Yeah, it's more smoother. Yeah, definitely. And I can live with it. Yeah, you can see it looks good. And if I turn it off, it looks, yeah, really ugly. Right, but for now it's totally no problem to have it. So yeah, this is the scene what we have right now, and we should tweak a bit of the sunlight. If you want to know when your sun is too much or you need more, you need to focus on the white. If white is not, if you can see some contrast in the white, you can put it up. If it's too bright, like it's really, that's in your eyes, like it's too much, then it's too much. It's really easy. So I'll bring that on 9. Yeah, it's getting better. Maybe 10. We can maybe use even 10. Yeah, okay, it's enough for right now. And what we also need to do, that's what I forgot. We have a nice displacement texture. So Shift D, add color, mix, and if you make this multiply, it's looks better for the displacement. We're opening or displacement texture. Where are you? Rock paint, that's not the displacement. Landscape spec, no, this one. It should be, looks better, but if it won't work, we're using a different one. So I'm a bit nervous. Pump it a bit up, make that 1. It's all little details, but especially for the ground. So if we just use this one, no, it shouldn't. I like this. Just experiment when we make a tutorial. Yeah, definitely. It looks way much better. I'm not using that displacement. That displacement, you can use it for something else. I did it wrong. So you can see it looks way nicer. Like it really, these rocks, like, yeah. But it's a bit too much. But I don't care because we have something nice in it. That's the water. That's why I put in water. If I turn it on, yeah, exactly. I'm putting that sky in a different layer because I don't want to show you how it looks like with that. And all these props, why are these things there? Not happy with it. Anyway, the water. What I did was, oh, nice. It looks nice. I created a plane, subdivided it many times. That was because I was making an experiment with waves, but I didn't use it. So you can use just a plane, and you shouldn't subdivide it, but it's there because I can show you how to make waves. Anyway, we have this plane. And to make that a bit shiny, we go to the final one. It's a bit blurry, it's a bit transparent, and it looks nice. How can we make that? And we have these nice reflections of the trees and the landscape and the background. So I give that a value. I made that a gloss, and when we go to the node editor, add shader, glossy, and make that 0.003. So we don't have that mirror effect that it looks totally sharp. You don't have a sharp reflection. It's just nice, bit blurry, and you get an effect. Another thing, making it a bit transparent by adding an add shader, not mix shader, because, or maybe you can, yeah, add shader. You should use add shader. It's for translucency, I think. If you make that totally white, yeah, I'm just going to show you what happened. We rendered this out. When it's totally transparent, it looks like this, and I think it's still looking nice. Why shouldn't I? It's cool. If you just experiment with the settings, you get even nicer results. I like this kind of water because it is so transparent. And mine is, but if we enable the background, it should look totally green. It looks a bit green. Yeah, you can see the transparent is a bit different, but I like that one. Well, we keep it this setting, so we have some nice improvement when we making a tutorial. How cool is that? Anyway, oh, and you can see the defocus. That's because I already tuned that. Yeah, you making that f-stop. I put it right there, so I turn on limits and I put it to 0.2, and then we have that yellow pointer right there, and we have some nice defocus, and I thought it looks great, good enough for this tutorial. So we have water. I hope you understand how water works, and that it looks okay for this scene. For now, we want some trees in the scene. How did I create the trees? Well, I will tell you. Maybe I can say this texture is for free because I find it on Google. Just this pine tree. It's a transparent image. And if you want to create a lot of trees, like 300, and you make trees with all the leaves, your computer will crash immediately. So what I did is created this one. This is just my construction layer, so I can experiment a lot of stuff. That's why there's so many. This is an empty. Don't know why it is right there. So if we go to the texture, it looks like this. And there's a cool tool in this program in Blender. If you go to File, Add Mesh, File, User, Performance, I will show you, and you type in plane. Yeah, that was good. Plane. Import image as planes. Turn it on. And now I turn it off, right? No, it's there. And you go to Add Mesh Image as Plane, and you're selecting your pine tree. Import. You just scale it a bit. Yeah, it's the right size. It fits exactly, so you don't have to guess. It should be a bit bigger. It's exactly the same. It's a great feature in Blender, so you only have to enable it. So then I just selected one of these, and I duplicate it, and I turn it. So not really sci-fi stuff. The thing is making that transparent, and that's also very easy. But you need to know how that works. What is going on? Image, diffuse, material. No, it shouldn't be transparent. I think I ruined my tree, my pine tree. Render it. Yeah, see, you see? Oh, I don't care because I can explain how it works and why this screen is so big. Yeah, so we have we put on an image, a diffuse, and a material. What do we need to do to make this transparent? In fact, it is really easy. The thing is add a shader, a mix shader, putting it right there. We're grabbing this alpha, putting it in, and we're creating an add shader and then transparency shader. Transparent. And you put it in right there, and you should push that. It's already to the limit. If I hit render, it looks shit, right? This, but you only have to change that, and it looks good. And we have some nice shadows. It's really cool. I know that in Blender internal it was like a mind break. It was not great to do it. In Cycles, it's very easy and looks good. So duplicating it a couple of times, and it looks from far like a real tree. Wow. Yeah, when I go to my scene, the scene we created, and we want these trees everywhere. So I can show you how that looks like. So we have some trees. It was all about this one, pine tree. What you do is making a particle system, but before you do, you should weight paint it. So you're toggle to weight paint, you're making some variation, you think, yeah, that looks great. So then you go there to vertex groups, and you should yeah, I have two vertex groups. One is for grass, group is grass, and the one for tree is tree. So selecting that one, so the trees knows where to be. So, and then you just change some, made that amount of 380. But if you have really small trees, you should, or you've got two options, make this one bigger, or another one. Where is it? or make that smaller or bigger. Make it random size. If you do it like this, looks not good, but just a little bit gentle. Oh, that looks better. Brownian, give some. If I put it to 0, they are a bit like they are different. They moving a bit, rotating a bit. For strength rendering, it's a very great feature. For this one, it looks also a bit alright. 0.03. No. 0.03. Yeah, you can see different. And normally it's jitter. Make that random. Sorry. And that's pretty much it. I didn't change anything. And it looks great. And sometimes trees looks very fake because they are popping up straight from the tree. So try to use different weight paintings till it looks alright. I don't know if there is an option that they are just all straight, but yeah, this works out. So then we have this result, and if I hit render and enable the water, we have this. So we have some nice shadows from the pine tree, what I really like. We have nice reflection in the water, and even when we enable the background sky, we have a very nice environment scene. What I don't like are these plastic reflections on this side. I can live with it. It's still not good, so that's why I put on the grass. To fix that, I created some grass particles, and this is some reed what I created, but grass should be somewhere. It should be there. Yeah, grass particles. I model them like this. I put some green texture on it. So if you don't know how to do this, there are a lot of tutorials on my website how I create grass. I'm not going into that right now. It's not a transparent grass, so it's just a model with a green texture. So when you've finished that, you should all make them individual and put them in the same group. And important thing is, this orange dot should be down there, not in the middle. And that's for everything. So you make some nice grass particles, put this orange button there, group them. I name them grass. So again, I switch to my environment. Alt home. Whoa. Oh, that's Windows home. No. Alright, now it's not. What is going on? Alt home. No, it's not working. Fantastic. It's not working. And that's not working either. I did something wrong, I think. Don't know. Well, I'm going to this view and I'm safe. Weight painting. This painting was for the trees, but I made 2 different ones. And making a different one is just adding one, and so this is the grass, this is the tree. So I can call this grass. And enabling that one, and we have some grass. How I did that was the same for the trees, grass. But the big difference is that this is 13,000. Make that 0.1, but sometimes you make that 0.4 because your scene is a bit smaller or bigger. Make it till it looks fine to you. I will turn this modifier off later. Use the same settings, but this time use some children. Simple, making them 4, and that's it. These are not necessary, but just a bit. But this is more for strength render. Yeah, so exactly the same settings as the trees, but make it till it looks fine or good, till you think, yeah, this looks good for me. So when I hit render again, my computer shouldn't be so fast. Yeah. Good thing from the grass is it's hiding these fake plastic reflection, and now it looks like there are some sun streaks. So it looks okay. When I turn on the water, it looks even better. Yeah. And when we turn on the sky, it looks like, yeah, we have a nice scene. You shouldn't say that about your own scene, that it looks nice. It's always looking shit. No, not always. The thing in this scene was that I thought that it was a bit flat, like all these trees here, there needed to be some light. And this light is coming in. I think, no, it's not coming in. Turn that off. I will explain what I mean. There was a light. No. Oh, yeah, there you are. It was still picture reading. Removing this one, what we created. This light is what we need to put some more depth in the screen, in the scene. So we render it again. It's a fun part. If you just create a small scene, or you're making a car, things get so fast when rendering it. Environment scenes, you need some time, especially when you're making a tutorial. Now you can see that this is a bit dark, and there, because of course it's rendering a bit from the viewport, but there is some light over there. It's totally, you're faking the light, but I can explain. The sun was coming through the trees, and then it hits the trees over there. So you think, okay, I believe it. But yeah, you should play that with it a bit. Alright, how I created the rocks. It's a pretty good one. If I select one, oh yeah, I'm explaining how I do it. Going to this layer, I can experiment with my stuff. Oh, I think I locked something. Locked to the camera because it's locked to item. No, that's, I don't know what is happening. It's not switching every time to the grass. Why is that? Why is it switching to the grass? Don't like that. It's locked to the view grass. Yes, you see, it's maybe if I remove this, yeah, that was it. It was locked to the grass. Yeah, I started by making add mesh cube, a cube, and I put on a subdivision surface like this 3 times. Then I go to the sculpt mode, adding some variation. Why it's not doing anything? Maybe because we need to make this brush. Nope. Oh, give me some seconds. Really, no ID. Scopes draw? Is that the one? No? Right, well, doing a good job. Totally don't know what I'm doing. Maybe the radius a bit. Well, it should be different when I hit it. It's not really the thing that I expected. Oh, of course, this is really thumb. Of course you need some more of this. Then you go just randomly doing it. You need vertices. You see, sometimes I just forget that I'm sometimes very stupid. Yeah, this is gonna look like a rock. Maybe you think you just sculpt it, so you think, yeah, that looks good enough for me. And not looking like a rectangle square. So, especially this side and this side. I'm a real artist, you see. Still a bit, yeah, you can see it. It's going to look like a rock. Make that a bit smoother. Yeah. Alright, I think we have a rock right there. You see? And there are way better possibilities. But yeah, I found out this works out good. T or object mode. And T, smooth it, smooth it, smooth. So now we need the material for the rock. And I hate this mesh here. Oh. B, removing the lamp. Right, not the lamp, but so making it a bit smaller. Yeah, what I do is go back to the Blender render. I UV unwrapped it, and you get a UV image. Smart UV projection also works. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. We make no image, new image, and this is fine. Just create it. Make it a bit smaller so it's in image, save as image. Rock tutorial rock. Or there are maybe better ways to create a rock tutorial. If I go to the, yeah, I should make this. I have to think. And I go to this one and opening an image. Forgot it. No. So, yeah. So what is happening with me? I'm confused. Rock tutorial rock. Open it, and we go to the texture paint. We don't want a snow rock, so we change it to something we like this one is pretty good. And now when we go to the texture paint and the texture one, and we do something like this, okay, look, it looks like not good because the lamp is not on the right position. So we need 2 lamps. That's why I made 5 lamps in the. It's still not looking like. One over there and one over there. So, and now when we go to the texture paint mode, there we are. It should looks like. Oh yeah, this is fun. This is really fun because this is a great example of how you not don't do it like this. First, you need to make that UV. Of course, and then we go to this one and it should look fantastic. That's what happened when you're not changing it to, you think, oh my god, I'm making a tutorial and I'm totally blowing the scene up. Everybody thinks I'm stupid, and oh my god. And then you think, oh yeah, of course, I just need to change that button. Yeah, save me. It's sometimes so easy, but if you don't know, yeah, this looks maybe not really like a rock, but I can live with it. We don't want these stretched areas. Oh, tree. And same for this rock. Make a normal map, make a specular map, make a bump map, and make it look cool. Yeah, this is still black because there's no lamp on it, but it should work. This is how I created a rock. Pretty easy. And there is a way to make different rocks, and you go to this one. Okay, I have to think. Go to this one. Make a new texture. New. Clouds. Make a very big cloud. You go to color. Where's color? Make a 0.5, 0.6. 0.6 looks great. You go to the color. There it is. Make that good. Make it black and white like this. So maybe 0.7 works better. 0.7. Then we go to this one, adding a displacement. It's already thinking like, what are you doing? rock. Yeah, you should name that rock. This is an old file. 0.1. No, 0.07. Yeah, and there was an empty in the scene. I don't know if it's still there, but this is the empty. And if you, yeah, making this object and selecting empty, and you're moving your rock. Oh no, where's the empty? Where's the empty? Yeah, it's all about my displacement. Should be it's not doing anything. I think I did something. Oh, save this as rock disp. Rock disp. Yeah, now it's doing something. 0.2. If I change that, yeah, should change a lot, but empty 01. Why did I have the wrong empty? 0.01. And now, and you can see it's changing, but it's not really the thing I want to have it. So yeah, it should have different rocks, but if you make the 0.4, yeah, now it's really affecting the rock. Like, yeah, different rock, different rock. You don't have to make all new rocks. Yep. Cool feature. Very cool. Yeah, and adding a texture. We go back to, we save this one image, save. How much time do we have left? Ah, it's almost done. Image, save as image, tutorial rock texture. No, I can just leave that name. Save as image, and we go to the cycle render and use notch image, open tutorial rock, and we have rocks. And of course, when you go to the node editor and duplicate this one, add texture, no, color, mix, multiply, putting it down there, putting it in the displacement, we hit render. Alright, this is tricky, making that totally white. Yeah, it's not really the thing you want for your rock, but yeah, figure it out what you like. This is not really the way to go. So I had some rocks. I didn't put them in a particle system, but I did for filling up the scene. Where are my rocks? Where are my rocks? I should deactivate all these. That one. No. Where is it? There it is. Deactivate it. So we have a fast scene. So we can see the rocks over there. I just Alt home. There you are. Yeah, I just Shift D and make new one, like that. Not the part, because I couldn't put them in the right position. So you have some more control about it. If you do it, the reason I put there is to hide this line from the water and the mountain, because that feels the integration was not that good. So that's why. So we made the rocks. This is from the lake scene. So what I created earlier in the tutorial. We have the sun lamp. If everything is good, you can hit run. Oh yeah, there is one more thing. Like I was very quick about that. There was an. Did I put it right there? This one. This is the background. I put it in like add mesh image as plane. Put it in the background. And the reason is that I'm using this background. I'm not putting that in the compositor. Is that I'm using transparent trees. And when you do that, that looks no tree. I couldn't get them. You see the transparency plane. So when you make this plane like this, you're doing it like this, and not adding a background image by doing it in the compositor. It looks realistic. If you don't do it, you see planes and not good. These looks good because you don't see the transparent background. And now you're making it a part of the scene, this background, and it looks good. Beware of shadows from these planes in this scene. So as you see it in my one, if I go too quick, just let me know in a comment. I put it there so the shadow is not really affecting. So if you put it right there, if you make that render, you can see it's covering everything. But when I put it away, you can see the sunlight. It's really important to do that right, because you think, oh, why is there so much shadow? It's what is hiding. Your plane is hiding everything. So and then put it in a nice one. So yeah, this is good. So yeah, one more thing is that we now have nice transparency. In this one there is just a little bit, and I like this way more than that. So about the compositing in the scene, what do we have? I had an yeah, this one, this invert node, that's what I use for, I can remove it for blending the sky with the landscape, but because we're using a plane, it's totally not necessary. So it's still there. It's a bit rubbish. And somebody told me that my node tree was I get too quick in my node tree. So to explain it, what I'm doing, so you're not just copy paste it. That's not what I want. You just need to understand what I use. We have this render layer, and we have this image. Is it still a part of the scene? Oh, it's still a part of the scene. Nice. Great. So if I remove that one, what is happening? No, don't do it. Don't do it. This is still from the background. So I like this way. You can see there is some trouble in my tutorial, and I'm gonna fix it. I'm trying to explain why. So this image was for the background, and I removed that image because I'm using a plane as a background image, but it's still there. So I need this one. I'm putting it more there. I should put this in that one, and no. So this mix node is not necessary, or is it necessary? Right. Yeah, give me two seconds to fix this, and we coming back in my tutorial. So yeah, I'm back. And to explain, because there's nothing happening, there's no big problem, but I want to explain why this is still there, and we need to remove it because it has no function. And what I did, I put this render layer there and put this image in this tree. But if I just select this one and put it in that one, that should solve the whole problem. Nothing will happen. Yeah, exactly. And this tree we can destruct it because it has no function. No function, and things disappear because I removed the viewer. But yeah, that's it. I want some yeah, good looking node tree. What's not with no rubbish in it. So we have this color balance for the color, and this scene was really necessary. And yeah, before in other tutorials I'm explaining, I can say what kind of value you need, but try to experiment. I have now that fresh cold look, but if I press it all back to default, it looks like we have to wait a bit. Oh, sorry. No trees are really sometimes complicated. It's more warm. I didn't want that, so I put more blue in it. And yeah, just by putting more there. They all have different functions. I'm not really a colors. That's not really my profession, so I can't tell you anything about it. This one is you have control about the darker colors or brighter. Put a bit more up, should look better. Of course, this is an old render image. I should render it again. We get that new image from transparent water, but yeah, it's still not here. Yeah, okay, we have the color balance. This one, lens distortion, always like that because it has a value of 2. When I remove that one, making that 0, you will see these, it's too sharp and I want to hide some detail. So now the grass is really, you see, all right, that looks really like not good. If you make that 0.03, 0.03 is even better, but yeah, I don't like to hide things because that means it's not good. Yeah, this map value is giving some mist in the scene, combining that with a mix node. This is just for the lens distortion, like these black things, and doing that by the lens distortion. Matte node made that greater than, making that blur. Only we have these very sharp dark corners. If you blur them and put them in a multiply from the mix, that should look good. And then we have the glare. If I make that 1, there is some shiny light in the middle. Well, kind of like that. It looks like this. Oh, but I like it to make that 0.3, 0.4. So it's covering some details. So yeah. So yeah, this is the node tree. Not really sci-fi stuff. Really small. You can see if I remove all my old rubbish, what I didn't do, sometimes I'm just leaving that so I can explain what I tried out and what didn't work. And that's a good way to understand how it works. But if I don't understand my own node tree, that's not really good. So trying to avoid that next time. So this is it. This is the environment scene. I hope you liked it. I think you should have some questions because I'm skipping a lot, like the normal maps and displacements. But in fact, it is really easy. Try to understand how the tools work. If you know it, then you can make awesome scenes. I have to do this in 15 minutes, 1 hour. It's really impossible to do that with all kind of, like I say, how to do everything yeah, step by step. I can't do that, so try to understand why I'm doing that. This is a downloadable file. It's not really big. I think it's around 20 megabytes. Textures are not for free. They're not mine. But yeah, have fun with this tutorial. And if you have questions, just ask me and maybe I can help you with that. I have a Facebook page. Try to, yeah, there's some cool, nice information there. And also YouTube. You can subscribe there for the new videos, what I'm making. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time in a new tutorial. See you later.